Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and this is gonna be a GOG video. GOG's running a lot of deals right now. In fact, they're also giving away a free Title 3 free games. In fact, we'll highlight that. Last opportunity to pick that up, and we got some game deals under $5. This is all GOG. You know, GOG's gaining some steam, but I had to do it. I'm sorry, guys. They've got some great Final Fantasy games available on the service now as well, but when we go to the deals, they're gonna be deals under $5, so we're not going to be highlighting the Final Fantasy games, but still, some really good stuff. So, first of all, Alone in the Dark, the trilogy, 1, 2, and 3, available for free over on GOG. Go pick that up. Again, available totally for free. You get all 3 games, classic horror titles there, and games that are beloved. Obviously, they're going to be a little bit dated at this stage of the game, but nonetheless, that is available for free and will be available for the next 17 hours as of the recording of this video. A little bit less by the time you guys are watching it, but add it to your library, and obviously, if you do, it'll be yours to own forever. So, with that being said, that's the free game. Now for some deals under $5, and in fact, we're going to look at deals under $5, we're going to look at deals under $3, and we've got some deals under $2 as well, so we'll get to all of that. First of all, we do have Control Ultimate Edition, $3.99 on this. Fantastic deal for Control Ultimate Edition. I just think this is a great pickup at this price point, and in fact, is my favorite Remedy title. I know that's a little bit of a hot take, and maybe people will vehemently disagree with that, but I think at this price point, Control is just fantastic. You get the DLC as well, and sure, the Remedy-connected universe is not for everybody. Sometimes Remedy's storytelling style, really not even my cup of tea. Like, I didn't vibe with Alan Wake 2 like that, but I really did dig Control, and I thought it was a great game. So I would definitely recommend that, and for $3.99, again, great game, and great gameplay as well to Control. I know Remedy usually gets attention for their storytelling style, but I thought the gameplay in Control was stellar as well. Tomb Raider games, gotta be the Tomb Glazer for a second. Tomb Raider Game of the Year Edition, $2.99. Rise of the Tomb Raider is $4.49. If you're as big of a Tomb Raider fan as I am, maybe you want to get Tomb Raider on GOG because it is in fact a part of the preservation program, and it's available for $2.99 and $4.49 for the Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration. So, great games there. Happy to see Tomb Raider come back in a big way in 2026, and hopefully that momentum will continue into 2027 with Catalyst, the Prime series, so on and so forth. But the Survivor trilogy, I thought was absolutely fantastic, and I would definitely give it a recommendation. Play Tomb Raider 2013, then play ROTR. I know I often say ROTR is the best of the trilogy, but it's still very much worthwhile to play all 3 games. So I would highly, highly recommend that. Definitely check that out. Then, of course, another game that I glaze all the time, and maybe a game that a lot of you guys want to double dip on, or you would prefer to have it on GOG. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition is $2.99. I think this is an absolutely fantastic price point. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition includes the DLC as well. You guys have heard me talk about this game ad nauseum, but I know even though it feels like I've beaten a dead horse with Sleeping Dogs and recommending it all the time, the fact that recently I saw a comment of somebody saying, thanks for recommending me Sleeping Dogs. I'm still pushing copies of this game, you guys. I know some of you guys might be sick of it, but there's still a couple people out there that don't own Sleeping Dogs yet, and you should definitely add it to your library. All the DLCs included. Game is so good. As an open world action title that has a crime emphasis, it obviously was going to see comparisons to Grand Theft Auto, but it really is its own game as well. I can see why the comparisons to GTA are made, but it's got a bigger emphasis on a gritty narrative. The hand-to-hand combat plays a big part in this game, and it's not as large scale of an open world, but still a fantastic game that I would highly recommend. And the open world for me, like Sleeping Dog style of open world, is my favorite kind of open world. You know, it's not overwhelming, but there's a good amount to do and worthwhile content there as well. Mad Max 85% off for $2.99, another game in the preservation program. $2.99 for Mad Max, I think, is excellent. This is a game that had the unfortunate fate of being released the same day as Metal Gear Solid 5, but Mad Max turned out to be a pretty good game in its own right, and it's one of those games that has, I feel, garnered a fandom after its release. Like, over the last few years, I think more and more people have gone back and played Mad Max, and they have been pleasantly surprised by what this game is. Combat's great, vehicular combat's really well done, performance of this game was absolutely outstanding, and yeah, for $2.99, definitely a good pickup. And I know, performance of a 10-year-old game. But when it came out, I just remember being blown away by not only Mad Max performance, that day Metal Gear Solid 5 came out as well, and it was like the double whammy of games that ran really, really well and looked pretty damn good as well. But yeah, $2.99 on that. Some games under $2 as well, like I said. Prince of Persia 2008, $1.99 on that. Absolutely love Prince of Persia 2008. I think this game is criminally underrated. I know it's like super easy, like it's not a game that's gonna push you, but I think this art style is so fantastic, this watercolor look that is aged so gracefully, and even if it's super easy, just enjoy it for what it is. The platforming I thought was well done, and the combat is totally serviceable. Like, again, I really dug it. $1.99 for Prince of Persia is a great pickup. And speaking of Prince of Persia, while the Sands of Time remake isn't gonna come to fruition, you can get the original for $1.99 as well. Good pickup on Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time. One of those games that's an absolute beloved classic. You know, I don't have that type of affinity towards Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time, but I know a lot of people really look back at this game as an all-time classic, so if you're one of those, $1.99 on that, and especially because that remake ain't coming out, so it's GG, no re as far as that's concerned. We got 13, the original. This is not the 13 remake. This is the original for $1.94, another game that's beloved by a lot of people. I think that art style was something that really stood out to a lot of people, and it's one of those games that, you know, you talk about 13, and it's rare that a game stands out so much just because of its art style, but whenever people talk about 13, I feel like it's like the art style that everybody loves first. Like, that comic book aesthetic looks great, even to this day, and $1.94 on that, pretty good deal there. Then we got the original Alan Wake, $1.49 on that. Now, you can get Alan Wake and Alan Wake's American Nightmare for $2.38. I love the original Alan Wake. Relative to when Alan Wake 1 came out, like, I enjoyed Alan Wake 1 more. Obviously, Alan Wake 2 came out 13 years later. The visuals are much better. The gameplay is better, but man, I just think some aspects of Alan Wake 2 are absolutely atrocious, like the Mind Place, and some of the narrative, I think, is just, it's so... And it's a Remedy thing, but man, Alan Wake 2's narrative, I think, is all over the place at times. I get it, like, by the end of it, it comes together, and oh my god, watch a overview video, but nonetheless, I thought Alan Wake 1, from a narrative standpoint, and as much as I enjoyed it, I liked Alan Wake 1 better. And by the way, like, it would be pretty cool if Epic Games Store, they don't want to release Alan Wake 2 on Steam, why not drop it on GOG, man? How about building some goodwill? I think people would really appreciate that if Alan Wake 2 was dropped on GOG. Is that gonna happen? Oh, absolutely not, because they would be uplifting a direct competitor, but nonetheless. Lastly, I do want to give a shout to FlatOut. If you want vehicular carnage, FlatOut will give you that at just $1.19. I think this is a great price for a classic as well. 30 or so tracks in the game as well, and $1.19 on that. Good pickup there. Links to everything in the description box below. If you do buy anything, I do get an affiliate kickback as I am partnered with GOG, but that'll do it for me. Last chance for your free copies of Alone in the Dark and some great deals under $5. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.